Hello all, welcome back. Today's video is about Rega's flagship moving coil cartridge, the APHELION 2, and its performance when installed on Rega's flagship turntable, the Planar 10. If you want more details on just the turntable Planar 10, then watch the video I made about a year ago where I go into a fair amount of detail on the Planar 10 and what makes it stand out above the Planar 8. I'll post a link in the description below for both those videos and add them as cards towards the end of the video as well, so you can have a look at it later. Okay, back to the cartridge on hand. The APHELION 2 is a handmade moving coil cartridge. Rega has taken the APHELION 2 to the next level by improving and tuning every design aspect of the original APHELION. The cartridge features a new boron cantilever and a very high-powered neodymium magnet and coil meticulously hand wound on an iron cross, on an iron micro cross that is 50% smaller than the original. This reduction in size obviously translates into a weight reduction, which enables more effective tracking and accurate detail extraction of the information on the vinyl grooves. This is housed within a redesigned single block aluminum body for improved stiffness, and it's protected by a clear rigid cover to protect the internal fine wires. It has a boron rod cantilever and stylus in a diamond profile, rotated through 90 degrees to improve the rigidity of diamond mount onto the stylus. This unique approach to achieving this system engineering of an ultra stiff and an ultra low mass generator, which is undamped, by the way, there's no tie wire here. This requires a zero tolerance engineered cartridge body that is difficult and expensive to manufacture. So the Rega Planar 10 without any cartridge costs $6,345 USD now. If you'd like the Rega APHELION installed and bought as part of a combo, it's going to cost you $4,650 USD. So now we're looking at a total of about $11,000 USD for the P10 and the Rega APHELION MC2. If you bought the APHELION 2 separately, it would cost you $5,550 USD. So that's about a $900 savings if you bought it with the Planar 10 as a combo. And let me tell you this right off the bat. The APHELION 2 is the perfect cartridge for the P10. Perfect system design with total and complete synergy. Let me expand on this a little more. When I bought my Planar 10 turntable, I balked at the price of the APHELION 2 and opted to just get the table, just the P10 without a cartridge, since I already had a Koetsu black gold line in my stable. After experiencing the APHELION 2 for about a month now on the P10, I actually get it. This cartridge and table are engineered so synergistically, it's so designed for each other in terms of total compliance and total system engineering. It is the best analog front end I have had in my system, and I've had quite a few over the years. To mention a few, I've had a fully pimped out Lin LP12, a VPI Classic 3s, a fully modded and pimped out Thorn's TD125 Mark II with an uber expensive SME tone arm. So I do have a few albums I'd like to talk about to show you what I mean. First one is by Jim Hall. Jim Hall is one of my favorite jazz guitarists. I just love his signature tone. A few seconds of playtime and I can recognize his work pretty instantly. This album is called It's Nice to Be With You. This is an MPS label and it is supposed to be remastered from the original master tapes. The tracks on here are capable of illustrating the gorgeous tone of his guitar that I was telling you about a few seconds earlier. Aside from that, this album will brilliantly showcase the detailed retrieval your system is capable of. For example, hushed conversations in the audience, clinking of glasses, quick exchanges between the band players. Now, as far as the tone and the instruments are concerned, crystal clear bass lines and superb details of the bass drum kicks, snare brushes, and cymbal shimmers. This album sounded great via the Koetsu Black on the P10, but I noticed immediately what I was missing in detail and spatial cues when I played this album back via the Aphelion 2 on the P10. I listened to this album by Neil Diamond called Touching You, Touching Me. The first track is called Everybody's Talking, and it opens with banjo strings and firm bass drum kicks that are extremely well defined, both in tone, in space, as far as the spatial distance between the banjo and the bass drum kicks, and also the dynamic impact. And then Neil Diamond's voice just comes in and it sounds incredibly real, just brilliant. And there is a harmonica that comes in and it is so stunningly reproduced. The second song in this album is a brilliant version of Mr. Bojangles, and it's gorgeous sounding as well. The melody and the melancholy on this track, and it's just laid threadbare. This entire album is a good listen, and I'm very familiar with this album, and yet this is the best playback I've heard via the Aphelion 2. The Koetsu Black, don't get me wrong, this album sounds fantastic on the Koetsu Black as well. The Koetsu Black is lusher, warmer sounding, but not as dynamic and does not retrieve those tonal density and the tonal details that are just so apparent via the Aphelion 2. So to conclude, I have to say, as much as I love my Koetsu Black and P10 combination, the Aphelion 2 simply pulls away and excels in comparison in so many ways. Resolution, tone, and dynamics are effortless. The details lurking in the soundstage and in the instrument tones that are buried in your favorite clean vinyl grooves are laid threadbare for you to enjoy without needing to pay any attention. In fact, they just come to you in a very unforced manner, like music should sound. And it is so easy to set up. There are no overhang adjustments to make, no VTA settings to make, 3 screws that mount it exactly in place. Just set your tracking force and your anti-skate. It's super easy to do. Of course, if you buy it as a combination, it will most likely be pre-installed at the factory or by your dealer, and then you have no work at all. But even if you had to do it yourself, it is ridiculously simple. So, who is this cartridge and table combination for? It's for that very picky and very discerning, experienced audiophile who wants to spend zero time tweaking cartridge alignments, adding spacers to adjust the vertical tracking angle. This is for someone that simply wants to listen to record after record and just enjoy and revel in the details and in the music. So guys, if you are in the Toledo area, or if you're in Southeast Michigan, the Detroit metro area, go see this table and cartridge in action at No Noise Hi-Fi. He is a hi-fi dealer for Rega. He also sells speakers from Proac, Fine Audio, and Spendor, and he has electronics from Cord Electronics. He's got a lot of very high quality gear, and of course you can see some of them in action at the store, and you can experience this sound that I was just talking about. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. There's more to come. Thanks for watching.